Imagine you're scrolling through your phone, and an ad from AT&T pops up promising that everyone gets a free iPhone. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, it turns out it was. And now the telecom giant is facing backlash from the industry's own watchdog. Stick around, because this story isn't just about a misleading promo. It's a deep dive into the murky world of advertising ethics, corporate lawsuits, and what everyone really means in the fine print. And let's be honest, who hasn't been duped by a slick ad before? But here's where it gets controversial. Does a company like AT&T really deserve a pass just because their survey says consumers understood the limits? We'll get into that later. Let's start at the beginning. AT&T has been ordered by the National Advertising Review Board, NARB, the official watchdog for the ad industry run by BBB national programs, to tweak their ads. They can't keep claiming that absolutely everyone is eligible for a complimentary iPhone anymore. This directive comes hot on the heels of AT&T filing a lawsuit against the very same organization just last week over a separate ad feud. To put this in perspective for beginners, the NARB acts like a self-policing body for advertisers, reviewing claims to ensure they are truthful and not deceptive, kind of like a referee in the wild world of marketing. The spark for this latest ruling? Verizon stepped up and challenged AT&T's slogan, "Learn how everyone gets iPhone 16 Pro on us." Initially, the National Advertising Division, NAD, the lower-level arm of BBB national programs, ruled in Verizon's favor back in September 2025. AT&T appealed, but today, that appeal was denied. The NARB panel echoed the NAD's view, stating that the ads plainly imply everyone qualifies for the free phone without clearly spelling out the key restrictions. In plain English, the offer wasn't open to all AT&T subscribers. Nope, it was limited to those on specific plans, leaving out folks on budget-friendly options. The board suggested AT&T either ditch their everyone wording altogether or make the exclusions super obvious and upfront, like, really shout it out in the ad. For newcomers to this topic, think of it as advertisers needing to be as clear as a traffic sign. Hiding details in the small print is a no-go if it leads people astray. The NAD even pulled out the dictionary, quoting Merriam-Webster to remind us that everyone means every person, no exceptions. It's a straightforward rule. If you claim something applies to everyone, it better actually do so. This is the part most people miss. The timing of this ruling is awfully delayed. AT&T launched the iPhone 16 promotion over a year ago, and now the iPhone 17 is out there. So, why did it take so long? AT&T has pledged to follow the NARB's guidance and adjust future campaigns accordingly, but critics might wonder if the slow wheels of self-regulation let misleading ads linger too long. And this is where things get really heated. Right after the NARB decision, AT&T sued BBB national programs. The beef? The group told AT&T to stop referencing their rulings in ads or promos, but AT&T pushed back hard. Their lawsuit argues that the NAD's sluggish processes allowed competitors like T-Mobile to run deceptive ads unchecked, giving AT&T an unfair disadvantage. Interestingly, AT&T benefited from similar delays here. The ruling arrived well after the iPhone 16 hit the shelves. As an example, consider how ad self-regulation works. Companies agree to play by the rules, which include not using NAD or NARB decisions to brag or bash rivals in their own marketing. AT&T allegedly broke this by creating a video and press release that highlighted how T-Mobile faced multiple challenges for false claims, implying AT&T was the ethical choice. They defended it as literal truth, claiming they never quoted specific rulings directly, and demanded the court declare the NAD had no right to censor them. AT&T and T-Mobile have both been accused of shady ads in the past, and this adds another mark against AT&T. The disputed ad on AT&T's site read, "Learn how everyone gets iPhone 16 Pro on us when you trade in your old iPhone in any condition." Verizon contended, and the boards agreed, that it falsely suggested all subscribers could cash in, when really, only those on premium plans qualified. Even if AT&T buried the details somewhere, they weren't prominent enough. AT&T fought back, saying the ad was truthful because it didn't promise everyone would get the phone, just that they could learn about qualifying. They pointed to the word learn as a hint of conditions and shared a consumer survey that supposedly showed people grasped the limits. But the NAD called the survey flawed, and the NARB noted both sides had reasonable takes on it. Here's a controversial twist. The panel expressed worry that budget-conscious customers, those on cheaper plans without the perk, might be the most tempted by the free lure, leading them to sign on only to be disappointed. Is this just fair game in cutthroat telecom battles, or does it cross into exploitative territory? AT&T appreciates the nod to their survey but disagrees with needing changes, vowing to consider it for upcoming ads. This isn't AT&T's first rodeo. Back in September, the NAD urged them to fix or drop claims about an AT&T guarantee that glossed over details like outage durations and repair times. AT&T complied. In August 2024, they were scolded for faking satellite phone capabilities. And they faced heat for mislabeling 4G as 5G and overselling unlimited data plans, which even led to refunds and settlements worth millions. To wrap this up, it's clear that advertising in telecom is a minefield of fine lines and bold claims. But is self-regulation enough, or should stricter laws step in? Do you think AT&T got a raw deal with the lawsuit, or is the NARB right to clamp down on misleading hype? What about the broader issue? Should companies be held to account faster for ads that could fool everyday consumers? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear if you agree, disagree, or have your own ad horror stories.